All right, today's Sunday, February 23rd. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's about 50 degrees, but there's not much wind blowing. So it's pretty warm. It doesn't hurt to pull the tops off. But you can see how much they've ate of the fondant. Most of the hives are about the same. They're about out. It has been a heck of a time. We've been flooded in for 2 days. We've been snowed in for about 2 weeks. There's still some snow. I don't know if you can see it. Some right there. Some out that way. That's the mighty Salt River right there. But this is about what we're seeing in the hives. Eating on the fondant. I might get some pollen. Probably go to Fondant tomorrow and get a little pollen. Make up some pollen patties and put on them too to get them brooding up a little bit. But bees are looking good to this time of year. I'm not going to pull any frames out. I don't want them getting chilled. We'll wait for a warmer day to do that. Wednesday, maybe we can do it. It's supposed to get up to 60. We'll see. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but I don't want to chill much brood either. So, or I don't want to chill any brood. So we'll see what we got as we go. All right, this is 2 down from the one we checked before. It's almost out too, so we're getting here at the right time. Still got the feeder in there, which is fine. Doesn't hurt a thing. If it gets warm enough, and I think I can eat it quick enough, I wouldn't care to put some liquid feed in there. We'll see what happens, but I'm glad to be getting some more fondant on it today. So they're doing good. I'm happy with where they're at. All right, I checked the Smithville yard. I brought that stuff home. Stacked it in front of the garage where I can get to it regardless of the weather. But I had some scraps and stuff sitting around over there, so I got that and brought it back, put it in the driveway. The hives over there, they had ate just about all of their fondant, and but they seem to be doing pretty good. So seemed to be healthy. Got into them as much as I could. Just basically put fondant on them. So now I'm headed across the county to our Milby yard. There's not but a few hives over there, but it's a good chance to get them fed. They kind of get neglected because they're farther away, and the hives at the house get the most love because they're at the house. So truck's dirty anyway. I don't usually come this way, but it's it doesn't matter. It's a gravel road. Our road turns to gravel. We got as far back as we can get. Right past our house, the road turns to gravel. I didn't realize there was any gravel roads left around here. This is the only one that I know of that ain't a driveway. That's a regular road. Goes right along Salt River. This was all flooded last Sunday, I guess. We got all that rain, and it backed up, flooded both ways, so we couldn't get out of the house because of the flood waters. And it's still up quite a bit. Let's see if I can show you. Get up here a little bit farther. There's what we're looking at, the mighty Salt River. It's run by the house, but this is man, it's running quick too. They're probably letting water out from the dam. The dam at Taylorsville Lake controls the flow on the river, and it runs out to the Ohio River in Louisville is where it comes out at. So it's moving pretty good. They're probably letting water out at the dam at Taylorsville Lake, and I got that water rolling while they can to get that lake level down where we had so much rain. There's a few hives we didn't put the feeder shims on, and I'll probably, my next trip out, I'm gonna get some pollen. Probably try to get some global pollen tomorrow and make up some pollen patties. But when I go back out and put that on, I put them pollen patties on, I'll go ahead and put some more feeder rings and probably go ahead and feed the rest of them. They was pretty heavy, and I didn't put the rings on them, but you can tell they're getting a little bit lighter. The heft weight, one of the most important things you can do on these hives is heft them, and all that means is H-E-F-T. If you don't understand my Kentucky slang, All that means is lifting up on the back of the hive and making sure you got plenty of weight in there. So I'll probably go ahead and put feeder rings on the rest of them just to be sure, and I'll go ahead and get some pollen on it. The fondant is a carbohydrate source, and it's food for the bees, and the pollen just gives them the fuel they need to brood up quicker, which is good if you're on top of it. If you're new and don't realize how fast they're going to build up and how many frames you got to take off to keep them from swarming here in a couple months, it could cause them to swarm and devastate your honey crop. So you got to be careful with it, and you got to I don't recommend it for new beekeepers. Just let them go. They'll be getting maple pollen here soon, but I recommend to new beekeepers just let them go, get the maple pollen, and do what they're going to do, because it's hard to know. You know, when I first started beekeeping, I thought, man, take off a frame or two, because I don't want to mess up my honey crop, and that's what I did. And if they're strong enough, you've done everything right. On a good hive, if you just take off a frame or two, they're still gonna swarm. It ain't gonna keep them from swarming. I look to take off basically, I guess, 10 frames off of a hive. I want for them to fill up a double deep and get that full ahead of the flow, and then I try to take off 2 nukes and then still get a honey crop. So that's my plan, is to be able to take off that much, and usually I can. Sometimes I'll get 3 nukes, 5 frame nukes, or take off 15 frames. But it kind of comes from experience, knowing how much should take off or what you should do. So just be careful if you're going to add pollen. I see a lot more people doing it now. Everybody used to balk at me for putting pollen on so early, but I see a lot more people adding pollen now to get the brood, build the brood up. But just be careful if you're going to do that, and be prepared to take some frames out of there. All right, we got a little drive, so this transmission's jacked up. We'll see you when we get over to a milby yard. All right, this is a milby yard. Got 6 hives here, and it looks like hopefully they've already went in for the evening. So we'll peek in a couple of these and get some feed on them. This is the farthest yard away from the house, so they get neglected the most. So we're going to try to do better this year, try to do a little better job. This is the first feeder hive at the milby yard, and they just barely get a little bit of fondant left. That's all they got, and there were some big old chunks in there. So we're gonna get some. It's a good thing we come out, and we're gonna get some more on. All right, this is the last hive we're gonna check today. We did lose one of these. It still had some sugar left on it that they hadn't hit too much. So we're down to 5 here. This is the last one we're checking. It's got a little bit of a block, but we'll give them the rest of what we got made up, and then we can make up some more for the ones at the house. So that about do it for today. All right, we're gonna wrap it up for today. This is the last one right there. We're gonna put some more fondant on that one. They're not real happy about us being here. They is already in for the night and clustered up, but they'll cluster back up as soon as we go. They'll have more food. Sun's fixing to go down behind us, and we're about to call it a day. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.